Confessions of a Multi-Passionate Creator. Hi, I'm Lucy Griffiths, and I had so much guilt and shame about kind of wanting to do so many different things in my career, in my life. I have worked as a journalist, and I worked as a TV journalist, and I was really passionate about international news and events, but I also was really interested in creating and making video and doing radio and wanting to learn about so many different things. And if you were to give me a chunk of change, I don't know, $1 million, whatever you want to say, and you said, oh, make a business about this or about this, I could literally turn my hand to so many different things, and I'd be really passionate and interested in them. And this is the thing, that when we are multi-passionate, when we have lots of different interests, we can have this real guilt about, oh, I should focus and niche down. And while niching down does work to a certain extent, it's not necessarily about just niching down because you just talk about this one thing. Like for me, I started out in the online world talking about video and being confident on camera. And while if I'd have stuck to that and talking about confidence and being confident on camera, it probably would have been much, much better for my business. I got bored of it, and I get bored about talking about things. Like I run a membership and I talk about memberships and digital products, but I also get tired of my own voice talking about those things. And so I want to talk about being a solopreneur or being soulful in my business and spirituality. And so all of this crazy mix of content will infuse into my YouTube channel, which can have a negative effect, because if you are just like, if the algorithm knows, oh, you just talk about being confident on camera, making video, scaling on YouTube, all of those things are really good and definitely the way to go on YouTube. But I also just get bored of doing that. And while I love talking about that, I don't want to just talk about that. I don't want to limit myself. And so my channel is a beautiful hodgepodge of lots of things. And so if you're like me and you feel like, oh, I feel bad because I'm not talking about my topic, this video is for you. So one of the things I think that's really important to say is that while you might not have that same scale, you might not be able to grow as quickly, it gives you the flexibility, the range to be able to pivot, to be able to talk about different things. Like I am definitely going to move in the next few months to be talking more about AI. And so I'll still talk about the same things I've talked about before, but I want to talk about AI and how that can impact you. And you can use that in a sort of way within a spiritual business. And so those kind of things, if I was just in my niche, then that would be tricky. But because I talk about lots of different topics, I might talk about, oh, how to grow on LinkedIn or whatever it may be another week. It's having that flexibility, having that bandwidth so that you can talk about all kinds of things is, I think, the way to go when it comes to being a creator on YouTube, but also in your business, because we're humans. And my favorite quote when I would learn Shakespeare back in the day was about Cleopatra, and one of the characters describing Cleopatra and saying that she had kind of 8 characteristics, 8 different characters, and she was infinite variety. And I like to think that we all have infinite variety, and we all can talk about different things, and we don't have to just niche down. And while, you know, you want to make sure that one particular niche, and this is really important, one particular niche is profitable. Okay, so let's imagine like I have gone all in on being confident on camera. So I talk about that, I get my YouTube videos, I go all in. So rather than flitting between multiple things, what I do is I go all in on that topic. I will create a fantastic course, a sales page, a system to sell it. So I have all of that, and now my course is selling. And so that one topic, being confident on camera and confidence around it, that I sold 50,000 courses. But it didn't mean to say that I talked about it for 5 years. No, I didn't. I just went all in, created that digital product, then had sales page doing the talking for me, videos on YouTube doing the talking for me, Facebook ads doing the talking for me. And that meant that I had a system to sell so that I could then go and talk about something else. And so when you are multi-passionate as a business owner, as a creator, you want to think, okay, I'm going to talk about this topic. I have the bandwidth to talk about it. I'm going to create something that is going to give me revenue from talking about this topic. So you want to really go all in, leverage it, maximize it, do what you want to do so that you have a sales engine behind that. There's a machine that's selling, so you've got all the systems in place to sell it. Then you can take a step back and say, you know what, I fancy talking about something else. And so while you're going to keep having those videos that tick over, because you know what YouTube's like with it being an amazing evergreen sales funnel, that is the entry point. So people can find your videos. It might be you're running ads to it, whatever it may be. But you can then go and talk about other topics as well. And so think of it in ways where it's like, right, how can I leverage this and maximize what I do so that it's a machine. There's a funnel system in place. You've got the funnels, you've got the videos that go with it. So that's all leveraged. And then you can go and talk about something else rather than just being like, oh, I'll make a video on this and I'll make a video on that. And there's no strategy. I can't speak. So be multi-passionate, but have a strategy. So you focus on that one thing, then you can move to something else and say, you know what, I feel like doing this. And so actually, if you take your audience with you and you are talking about that content, and you say, you know what, I'm really interested in actually being a soul-led business owner, which is something that I've been on this kind of spiritual journey, well, probably for 20 years now, but definitely in the last couple of years, I've found it infusing more and more into my business. And so while I don't teach, I'm not selling something that is I'm not selling a spiritual service. I definitely connect with business owners who are healers, who are therapists, who are doing Reiki, or they're doing things that are soul-led. And so by connecting with them and helping them, then it means that they are, their business is growing. I'm helping them to grow their business, but I'm connecting with those kind of people. And so you got to think, who are your people that you can connect with and you build a relationship with? And so it might be that you are pivoting in your niche, and maybe you're staying doing the same thing, but your audience shifts as you shift, as your interests shift, as you feel like, you know what, I'm stepping into this different version of me. And so I am a very different person, as we all are, to the person I was 2 years ago, to the person I was 7 years ago. I'm so different. And, being able to be that person, if I look back on my journey and I look back on me 7 years ago, I was, sort of struggling with breastfeeding my son and the demands of running a business as a parent, and I was a busy working mom, navigating that of just in the messiness of toddlerdom and raising a human, but also having a business on the side. And now, while I'm still doing that, there's a different language, there's a different shift. And it might be that I talk more about like perimenopause or being a solopreneur or divorce, or, we evolve. And so it's okay to evolve and to let your light shine in different areas. It's okay to be multi-passionate. Embrace it. It might be that certain people of your audience don't want to watch your content anymore because you've evolved, but other people want to come with you because you are doing something that you love, because they feel that joy and they are also on the same journey as you. I hope you found this video useful. I'll share a bunch of links to some of the things I talked about, and hope to see you again soon. Thanks so much for watching. Bye bye bye.